Hey there, welcome in. My name is Josh, and today we're going to be talking about values and how I study values. So values are super important because they hold up all the colors in your piece. So the first step that you would want to do is find an art that you like. So I like this. I think it's really sexy. I think it's really cool. I think it's really dynamic. I like it, right? And then you just study that. And I'm choosing specifically to study the colors. And you can't study color without studying value. So I deconstructed it over here. I have this stuff on my Tumblr. But basically what I do is that I take a layer, one that I can draw on and one that I use, as the study. I take it on here, put it as a clipping mask, put it to saturation, get the bucket tool, make it pure black, and then, oh, it's the wrong one. Which one are you? Here? Do this. And I make it completely black and white. Now, you could go here, do the Control U, and just take the saturation, put it all the way down, but it's not the same. It doesn't look the same. And I like this better. So do that. So, and then now you look at this, and you see, like, this is what it would look like without any color, obviously, but yet you can see how everything starts to look connected. So down here, like, and I color picked all these different spots. All right, so I took all the colors, it's like less than 10. And then I took all of this, and once it's black and white, and I saw what was similar, so that this color here is the same as this color here. And it helps you see the connection with how things are made up, right? It's like this darkest value, where is that? It's really just her eyes, right? And we talked before, principles design, the biggest draw to your piece is the point of highest contrast. So it makes sense that in anime, where like the eyes are super important, the eyes would have the most contrast. So right here is where you have the most contrast, which is not ironically, it's intentional, it's where you look when you first see the piece, right? So, and you go through your color pick and you see all these things. So take another thing you like. You can do environments and do this too. You take your layer here. What color is this? Okay, that's that color. What color is this? Look, that's like almost pure white. One of the biggest lessons I learned about anime is that they're almost overexposed. Like honestly, look how bright this is, right? And then see if you can simplify it to 5 total. So you find the darkest dark you can find, which is like right here, right? When it is like this. Right? That's pretty dark. Alright. Then you have your lightest light. You got this guy here in the middle. Alright. And you just go through and you think, okay, what color is the sky? Oh, interesting. That's pretty darn close to this guy here. And you just basically start creating a whole map of how these values play together. And it helps you really see right here. Look, this. This right here, this cloud, is the same. Wait, no. Is it the dark part right here? Yeah. This dark part, which looks dark, is the same as this middle part right here. And that's crazy. That's a little bit lighter. But like, you see, like, it's like a puzzle that you put together. And you can do this for anything. You can do this for environments, you can do this for characters, and you can do it for stylized things too. By the way, I deconstructed all these on my Tumblr. You can go find them over there. So over here, like just straight up anime, right? It's so flat. Like, look at this. This is 94. Her hair is also 94, 93, 94. Look at that. Take out the saturation, though. And like, that's blonde on white, right? Okay, well, what about the shadow of her hair? What is this? That's 67. Can we match that? What is it? Is this down here? 71. You notice her hair has a gradient to it. See how it's 95, but then it's like 89. If you take it off, you see the gradient. How it's darker down here. So even though that this right here doesn't look the same color as this, it has the same value. Just about. Let's see if we can find it exactly. 75. Oh! Like, pretty darn close. Her hair on the bottom down here. Same value. Look at her neck. And then 73. 81. Yeah, just about the same. I found this the most be the case in this one right here. They're really, really tight, the values here, where her hair value here is just about the same as her eye. See if I color. Come on. Oh, no, the saturation line. See, just about the same as her eye. The black end, most contrast by the eye, right? And then her hair right here, if I remember, or her face, I think her face is the same color as the highlight of her hair. No, too bright. What was that? Oh, no. It was the highlight of her eye is the same as her hair. So like you see this weird connection. This right here is connected to this. This right here is connected to this. Interesting. How this eyebrow here is connected to this pupil here, right? This shadow here is also the same as the eye, which is the same as the hair, right? And then you have, what's the shadow of the skin? This is probably also that. Yep. So this right here, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's this. Like that's kind of cool. Is it down here too? Kind of, a little bit too dark, right? You take the darkest one right here. What is this? The shadow hair, is that its own thing? It's been a while since. Yeah, I think that's its own. But like, it's just a giant puzzle, and you see what connects to what. And then the cool thing that you can do with this is that you can take a gradient map, and what gradient maps do is that they assign color to grayscale values. So you could take, I think this might work. Yeah. So you just take gradients, and you can change. Normally you would map out every single bit. You have the hair mapped out, you'd have the, here actually I can just pull it up, let me see. I did this with, again, it's all on Tumblr. But if you map out all the different parts of a person on different layers, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Okay, let's go. You do this. You can just change the colors arbitrarily really easily. So this is what I started with, and then I filled it in with just the values using these, right? And then, having on their separate layers, I just did what I did before. I created a gradient map, and I can put whatever colors I wanted. So the click of a button, really easy. And you can apply this in, any render thing. You just look up gradient map tutorials. And that was mind-blowing to me. So like, wow, if I get my gradients figured out, or if I get my values figured out, then I can figure out my colors really easy. So first you gotta do your line art. Stop it. First you gotta do your line art. Then you fill in with your values that are calculated. So you keep it really clean. This is 5 values. And then you just can put in your gradient. Really easy. Really easy. So, yeah, do that enough times, and you'll really start to get a hang of what your values are and what values make different aesthetics attractive to you. I learned that anime is very overexposed. Well, not very overexposed. It's almost overexposed. This is like practically overexposed. Like for all intents and purposes, like that's so bright. It's ridiculous. But then I also really like, this one, and it's very muted. It's very a lot of midtones. So that's how I study it. Just color picking things to see what puzzle pieces connect, and then you can gradient map the colors you want from there. Make sure your colors are all tight and harmonious, and it's a really good base to go from. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, everything else, and I will see all of you next week.